Relationships. Why are they so challenging? Why is this human experience seem to be magnified so much, either in joyful or challenging ways through relationship? So if we look at the word relationship, we're all on this one big ship together with our relations. And how we relate while we're on this ship will be the determinant factor of how challenging or how joyful or how uplifting or how contracting this journey of life will be. So we truly are one family. We are one being of humanity. We're all humans with different colors, creeds, ideas, but it's one family, it's one ship. We're all on one ship. And so the path of the householder in yoga, in some paths of yoga, and some ideas of yoga, they say that the path of the householder is the highest path. A yogi that goes off into the mountain, or a monk that goes into like an ashram, or removes themselves from the daily lives, or the alcoholic or the drug addict that hides from daily life through substances or addictions. We're all trying to remove ourselves, and I've done some form of all of the above. We try to remove ourselves from the ship of our relations. We're trying to jump off the ship. So in the spiritual sense, we try and remove ourselves from everything that's not in our vibration. We remove ourselves from the people that trigger us, remove ourselves from the people that don't get us. And then on the addiction side, we want to numb the challenge of relations. We use social media to connect more, but actually we're more disconnected. We're trying to jump off the ship of where these relationships, and so I mean every relationship, to people that you've never met, to people closest to people and ideas and ideologies, how we relate to the world is either seen as we're all in these separate little boats trying to get what it is we want, never agreeing on how to get there, fight for survival. Or in the broadest sense, we see we're all in one ship trying to make our way, everyone doing their best with how they see themselves and how they see the world and what they've come to remember about themselves. But we truly are one relationship. We're all one being, remembering ourselves, messing it up, forgetting, not knowing, remembering, forgetting. But relationships are can be the most challenging part of us, and the highest path of yoga, especially the close relationships, is because if we are one being, the close relationships, the ones that challenge us the most, the ones that trigger us, are the relationships, are the ones that are the closest, the most intimate, are the ones that show us the parts of ourselves that we might not necessarily want to see, show us the parts of ourselves that we are uncomfortable with. And I know, so when I try to get off the ship in like addictions and substances, there's always an idea of numbing yourself, trying to numb yourself, trying to medicate the pain with some substance. And it's the pain of seeing ourselves. I might have told the story that it was out there, but it's the pain and the challenge of seeing oneself very closely and very quickly, and that's what intimate relationships does. And in a spiritual sense, there's this kind of avoidance or spiritual escapism, let's say, where I've woken up, I've remembered, I know more. The awakened ones and the followers, the sheep. Then we move into this spiritual hierarchy relationship, where we put the first class passengers on the top, and you put the unawakened on the bottom, and they're going down. They're going down with the sinking ship, and you're going to get the you're going to get the few starships, spaceships that's going to take you to safety. So there's this spiritual escapism and hierarchy and spiritual ego, but there's still this separation in the relationship. There's the ones who know, the ones who don't know, the ones who get it, the ones who don't get it, the ones who are awakened, the ones who are unawakened. But actually there's only one ship, and there's only one relationship, and that's the relationship with oneself. And everything that we see and everyone that we see are an expression of ourselves, outwardly manifest, so that we can see the parts of ourselves. Because the eyes can't see themselves, we need to have an outward expression of ourselves called relationships to see those parts of ourselves that are impossible to see otherwise. So there's only one ship, there's only one boat, and it can be the Titanic, or it can be the spaceship, the starship. It doesn't matter. There's only one relationship, and it's the relationship with oneself, the one self. And so intimate relationships can be the most challenging, but also the most rewarding. They can bring the greatest expansion, or they can potentially bring us the greatest contraction and destruction, but we get to choose. So if we know that there's only one relationship, and it's the relationship with self, and everyone and everything and every experience and expression is a part of ourselves, showing ourselves, we can come into take command, as we've been talking about a lot. Take command of our ship. Not try and control it, not try and make the waves stop waving, not try and tell the wind to go away, not try and move the iceberg, but direct our relationship inward. And see that there is only one relationship. And that's that ship. The relationship with and as oneself, as myself, as the one self, expressed in a myriad forms through people, places, events and things. Then we can take command and direct the ship. So when someone triggers me, I can see, oh, that part of myself, I see in a part of myself I don't want to see, it doesn't feel comfortable. And when someone inspires you, you can see, wow, or the light shadow. Someone inspires you, someone, you feel, you love what you see. So they're showing us a part of ourselves that we want to uncover, that we want to remember, that we want to express. But we're all in the one ship with our relations, and whether they're close, seemingly close, or seemingly far, we're all one family. There's only one ship, and there's only one relationship, and that's the relationship to self. So we can take command of that by firstly recognizing that we are that, I am that, I am, and then directing our actions to thine own self be true, and the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto you. So don't say anything, do anything, act in a way that you would not want someone to say, act, or do to you. It's a challenge, and I forget all the time, and this is a little reminder for this one, for the relationship to go a little bit more smoothly and to take command of this ship and direct it, but let the wind move us, and have an intention, but if it changes, let it move. Thank you.